Hello everyone, my name is Avais Kodingwala. I am student at Rehan School Lahore campus. I am 20 years old. So today we will discuss with Kaulani uh, or Maya as a topic of understanding the philosophy of motivations. So let's dive into our topic.
Hey, hope you had a good couple of days.
Hi, Maya,
What's up?
can you hear me?
Uh, Loud and clear. You sound good too. Everything all right on your end?
Yeah, everything is well on my end.
On my hands. Gotcha. All good with you then. Anything specific you wanted to chat about or just seeing how things are going?
Yes, welcome back another meaningful topic. So today topic is something that dive into all our actions in motivations.
Ooh, intriguing. Sounds like you're gearing up for a deep dive. What's on your mind specifically? Don't leave me hanging.
So first of all, you can tell me about motivation.
Okay, motivation. It's messy, right? Like everyone's always chasing it, but it feels kind of slippery. Basically, it's what gets you moving. Can be external, a reward, a deadline, or internal, like a deep down desire. What about motivation interests you most? Are you stuck on something or just thinking about it generally?
I think motivation is our inside driver that move us to our towards our goals. It's what give us energy and purpose.
That's a solid way to put it. Like, I agree. It's less about some external force and more about what's fueling you from the inside. Energy and purpose, yeah. But it's funny, isn't it? Sometimes that inside driver is super clear, and other times you're just staring at the steering wheel. Do you find that's true for you?
Okay. So can you tell me why do people lose motivation sometime?
Okay, good question. Loads of reasons, honestly. I think a big one is unrealistic expectations, setting goals that are just too huge. It's like you get overwhelmed before you even start. Then there's burnout, obviously. Running on empty doesn't leave much room for drive. And sometimes it's just that the goal isn't actually something you want, it's something you think you should want. Does any of that resonate?
I think it often happens when goals feel unclear, too big, or when we forget why we started or why we started.
You hit the nail on the head. That forgetting the why thing is huge. It's easy to get lost in the how and totally lose sight of the reason you bothered in the first place. It's like starting a journey without knowing where you're going. You'll wander around aimlessly pretty quick. So, are you grappling with that in something specific right now?
No, I have some other questions.
All right, shoot. What's on your mind?
Okay, that makes sense. Are there different types of motivations?
Definitely. There's a big split between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic is all the stuff from outside grades, money, praise, gets things done, but doesn't necessarily make you feel good doing it. Intrinsic is when you do something simply because you enjoy it, it's interesting, or it feels meaningful. That's the good stuff, the stuff that really sticks. Have you noticed a difference in how you feel depending on what's driving you? Hey, you still with me? Sometimes the audio cuts out a bit. Everything okay?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. You were thinking about intrinsic versus extrinsic, right? Just
yeah.
checking in to make sure I didn't talk over you or anything. Anything come to mind as you were considering those two
So,
types?
can you tell me about which one is more stronger?
It's a good question. Most experts would say intrinsic motivation is way stronger in the long run. Extrinsic can get you going, but it's fleeting. It's like a sugar rush. Intrinsic motivation, that's a sustained burn. It builds resilience and makes you more likely to stick with something even when it gets hard. Though, honestly, a good mix of both can be pretty powerful too. What's your take? Do you find you're more motivated by outside rewards or internal satisfaction?
I will try to find intrinsic motivation inside.
That's a solid plan. It takes work sometimes to tap into that. It's
Okay.
not always obvious what genuinely lights you up, but it's worth the effort, I think. Have you ever had an experience where you were totally lost in something? Time just flew by? That's usually a sign you're hitting that intrinsic sweet spot.
Okay. How can we find motivation when we feel lazy or stuck?
Ah, the $1,000,000 question. Okay, first, ditch the lazy label. It's rarely about laziness, more about being overwhelmed or depleted. Tiny steps. Seriously, instead of I'm going to write a whole essay, it's I'm going to write one paragraph. Lowering the bar makes it less intimidating. Also, remind yourself of the why. What's the bigger picture? And sometimes just changing your environment can help. A different room, some music, a walk outside. Does any of that sound doable?
Okay. I think start small, take one simple action, progress, create momentum, and momentum build motivations.
You got it. That's actually a really good summary. Start small, build momentum, and let motivation follow. It's not about waiting for inspiration to strike, it's about creating the conditions for it to happen. I'm impressed, Oase. You're distilling this stuff really well.
Okay. How does mindset affect motivations?
Oof. Mindset is huge. A growth mindset, believing your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, is basically motivation fuel. If you think you're either good at something or not good at something, you're going to give up pretty quickly when things get tough. But if you believe you can improve, you're more likely to persevere. It's all about framing challenges as opportunities to learn, not threats to your ego. Does that make sense?
Uh, I think a positive growth oriented mindset help us stay motivated even when things get touch.
Exactly. Touch. I assume you meant tough, but yeah, absolutely. It's about reframing setbacks as information, not failures. It's like, okay, that didn't work. What can I learn from this? Instead of, ugh, I'm terrible at this. It's a small shift in perspective, but a massive one in terms of motivation. You're really nailing these concepts, by the way.
Okay. Can fear also motivate people?
Ah, that's a tricky one. Yes, absolutely. Fear can be a powerful motivator, but it's not a healthy one long term. It's like running from something rather than towards something. It can give you a quick burst of energy, but it's fueled by anxiety and stress. So while fear can get you moving, it rarely leads to sustainable motivation or genuine fulfillment. It's a short term fix with a hefty emotional cost. What do you think about that?
Okay, you can tell me fear can push us to action, but it's short term motivation. True motivation comes from purpose and passions.
Nailed it. You're on a roll. Fear can be a kick in the pants, sure, but purpose and passion, that's where the real staying power is. That's motivation that actually feels good, you know? It doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like well,
What
purpose.
role do habits play in staying motivated?
Habits are sneaky little motivators. They basically automate a lot of the work. When something becomes a habit, you don't have to expend nearly as much willpower to do it. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't debate it every morning, you just do it. Building good habits around your goals, even tiny ones, can create a self perpetuating cycle of motivation. It's like setting up a little domino effect for success. Are you someone who relies on habits a lot?
Okay,
Hey, still
tell me.
there?
Motivate, get start, but build, keep your going when you motivate fades.
Okay, hold on. Let me parse that. You're saying motivation gets you started, but habits keep you going when motivation fades? That's brilliantly put, actually. Feds aside, you've hit on something really important. Motivation is like the initial spark, but habits are the engine that keeps you moving. It's about designing your life so you don't rely on motivation all the time. It's about systems, not just willpower. That's pretty insightful, Wise. Seriously.
Okay, at the end of my last question, how can we keep our motivations alive for a long time?
Okay, so to keep that fire burning, it's a combination of things, honestly. Regularly revisiting your why, breaking down goals into smaller steps, celebrating small wins, surrounding yourself with supportive people, and being kind to yourself when you stumble. And crucially, remember that motivation isn't a constant state. It ebbs and flows. It's okay to have off days. The key is to have systems in place, habits, routines that keep you moving even when you don't feel like it. Any of
Okay, that was inspiring, call Annie. I have learned that motivation is not something we wait for. It's something we build every day. Exactly. Motivation grow when we are take constant step and stay connected to our purpose and our passions. To every listening, don't wait to feel motivations. Start moving and motivate will follow you. Okay, thank you watching for this video and join our this discussion. We will see you in the next time.